Today, we're talking about 10 indicators you're eating excess sugar. And listen, I'm not here to scare you away from every sweet thing in life. Sugar is not the enemy. In fact, your body needs a certain amount of sugar. It's your body's quickest source of energy. But too much? Well, let's just say it can be like that one guest who overstays their welcome and starts rearranging your living room furniture. Here's the thing. You might be eating more sugar than you think. In fact, according to the American Heart Association, the average adult consumes around 77 grams of sugar every day. That's nearly 3 times the recommended amount for women, and more than double for men. And kids? Many are hitting 81 grams per day. Sometimes, it's not even the obvious stuff like candy, cookies, or sodas. Sugar hides in bread, pasta sauce, salad dressing, flavored yogurt, and even healthy smoothies. So even if you don't have a sweet tooth, you might still be overloading on it without realizing. So, how do you know when your sugar intake is too high? That's exactly what we're covering today. Let's jump into indicator number 1. 1. You're always tired, no matter how much you sleep. You know that feeling when you wake up after 8 hours of sleep, but still feel like you got hit by a slow-moving bus? That could be sugar messing with your energy. Here's why. Sugar gives you a quick spike in energy, but it's followed by a sharp crash. That's because sugar causes your blood glucose levels to rise quickly. Your body responds by releasing insulin, a hormone that helps move sugar from your blood into your cells. But when you have too much sugar too often, your insulin works overtime, leading to energy dips. Think of it like a roller coaster. Fun at first, but exhausting if you're on it all day. Testimonial. A friend of mine, Ruth, told me that for years. She thought her constant fatigue was just because she was bad at sleeping. She'd drink sweetened coffee in the morning, have a muffin at work, maybe a sweetened yogurt for lunch, and then some chocolate in the afternoon. It wasn't until her doctor asked her to keep a food diary that she realized sugar was showing up in almost every meal. Within 2 weeks of cutting it back, she said she could feel a difference. She no longer had that 3 p.m. I need to lie down crash. Fact check. A 2019 study in the journal Neuroscience and Biobehavioral Reviews found that sugar intake is not an effective way to boost mood or energy long-term. In fact, higher sugar intake was linked to increased tiredness within an hour. Quick tip. If you want steady energy, aim for snacks that combine protein and healthy fat, like peanut butter on whole grain bread, or a boiled egg with a handful of almonds. 2. You're constantly craving sweet things. Here's the tricky thing about sugar. The more you have, the more you want. Sugar triggers the release of dopamine in your brain, the same feel-good chemical released when you're having fun or getting a compliment, but your brain gets used to it, meaning over time you need more sugar to get the same feel-good feeling. This is why you might finish a cookie and think, just one more, and before you know it, the packet is mysteriously empty. Data. According to a 2018 study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine, sugar can activate the brain's reward system in a way similar to addictive drugs. And just like with addictive substances, your brain can build tolerance. Quick tip. Next time you crave sweets, drink a glass of water first. Dehydration often disguises itself as hunger. Wait 10 minutes, and if you're still craving, go for fruit or dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa. 3. You're breaking out more often. Your skin might be trying to tell you about your sugar habit. When you eat excess sugar, it raises your insulin levels, which can increase oil production and trigger inflammation. 2 big contributors to acne. Case example. There's a skincare blogger named Emily who shared her 30-day no-sugar experiment online. She said that after just 2 weeks of cutting out refined sugar, the breakouts on her chin and forehead cleared up significantly. Her before and after pictures looked like 2 different people. Science bit. A 2014 study in the Journal of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics found a direct association between high glycemic diets, meaning foods that cause a quick spike in blood sugar, and acne severity. Quick tip. If you're breaking out often, try keeping a sugar diary for a week. Write down every source of sugar, even healthy ones, and see if your breakouts match your high sugar days. 4. You've got unexplained weight gain around your belly. Sugar is sneaky when it comes to weight gain, especially around the midsection. When you consume too much sugar, especially fructose, the type found in sugary drinks and processed foods, It can overload your liver. The liver converts that excess into fat, which can collect around your abdomen. Real life note. I had a coworker who called his soda liquid happiness. He drank 3 cans a day, every day. Over time, he noticed his pants getting tighter. Not because he was eating more, but because those drinks alone were adding over 500 calories daily. When he switched to water and unsweetened tea, he lost 8 pounds in 2 months without changing anything else. Quick tip. If you can't give up soda yet, start with half and half. Mix half soda with half sparkling water. 5. You have frequent mood swings. When you eat something high in sugar, your blood sugar spikes. And you feel great for a little while. But as it drops, your brain reacts, and that can mess with your mood. Sugar also reduces the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein that helps your brain adapt and regulate mood. Low BDNF levels have been linked to depression and anxiety. Science fact. A 2017 study in Scientific Reports found that high sugar consumption was linked to a higher risk of depression in men, and possibly in women too over the course of several years. Quick tip. If your mood dips often, try pairing every sweet treat with fiber-rich foods, like oats, apples, or carrots to slow sugar absorption, and avoid sharp mood drops. 6. You're often thirsty, really thirsty. If you find yourself constantly refilling your water bottle, or waking up in the middle of the night with a dry mouth, excess sugar might be involved. When there's too much sugar in your bloodstream, your body tries to get rid of it through urine. This means your kidneys work harder, you pee more, and you lose more fluids, leading to dehydration and thirst. Testimonial. A man named Henry shared his story in a diabetes awareness forum. Before his diagnosis, he was drinking almost 4 liters of water a day and still felt thirsty. He thought it was just because he liked water, but his doctor explained that his body was trying to flush out excess sugar. Quick tip. If you feel thirsty all the time, check the sugar in your drinks. Even healthy ones like flavored water or vitamin water. 7. You're getting cavities or dental problems more often. Sugar feeds the bacteria in your mouth. Those bacteria produce acids that wear down tooth enamel, leading to cavities. The bacteria that cause cavities, Streptococcus mutans, start producing acid within 20 minutes after sugar hits your mouth. 8. You heal more slowly from cuts or bruises. Excess sugar can cause chronic inflammation and damage small blood vessels, reducing the oxygen and nutrients that reach wounds. High sugar also weakens white blood cells, your immune defenders. Real-life example. A 52-year-old woman named Gloria noticed small cuts on her hands took weeks to heal. She later learned she had elevated blood sugar levels, affecting her circulation. After cutting down on sugar, she noticed her healing time improved. Quick tip. Boost wound healing by including more vitamin C-rich foods, like oranges, bell peppers, and guava in your diet. 9. You have frequent headaches. Big spikes and drops in blood sugar can trigger headaches. Sugar also causes blood vessels in the brain to dilate and then constrict, which can cause pain in sensitive people. Example. A 2018 study in the Journal of Headache and Pain found that diet-induced hypoglycemia, which can follow a sugar crash, was a common migraine trigger in sensitive individuals. Story. G-Day, a programmer, used to have headaches every Friday. He realized it was because his office Friday treat was always a sugary pastry and soda. After switching to herbal tea, his Friday headaches vanished. Quick tip. If you suspect sugar triggers your headaches, keep a headache log with what you eat before symptoms start. 10. You're experiencing brain fog or trouble concentrating. The brain needs glucose for fuel, but too much followed by a sudden drop can affect your ability to focus. High sugar diets can lead to insulin resistance in the brain, which is linked to memory decline. Data. A 2012 study in the Journal of Physiology found that a diet high in fructose can impair memory and learning in rats within just 6 weeks. Real story. A teacher I interviewed said she used to have trouble focusing on grading papers in the afternoon when she swapped her usual sugary snack for a handful of nuts and fruit. She noticed she could work without that mental fog. Quick tip. Add omega-3 fatty acids to your diet, from fish, flax seeds, or walnuts, to support brain health and offset some sugar's negative effects. Bonus tip. The one thing that helps most people cut down on sugar. The most effective change I've seen is starting your day without added sugar. No sweetened coffee, no sugary cereal, no pastries. Just one sugar-free breakfast. Starting the day with sugar sets you up for cravings later. But a savory or protein-rich breakfast keeps your blood sugar stable and reduces cravings. Story: Anita used to drink coffee with 3 teaspoons of sugar every morning. She cut it down to 2, then 1, then none over a month. Her taste buds adjusted, and she found herself saying no to afternoon cookies without even trying. So, there you have it, 10 indicators you might be eating excess sugar, plus a couple of bonus tips to help you take control. If you recognized yourself in some of these signs, don't beat yourself up. Sugar is everywhere, and it's designed to be tempting. The good news is your body is incredibly forgiving. Even small changes, like cutting back on sugary drinks, having a protein-rich breakfast, or swapping dessert for fruit a few times a week, can make a huge difference in your energy, mood, skin, and overall health. Think of it like this: you're not giving up sugar. You're just putting it back in its place as an occasional treat, not the boss of your plate. And remember, your taste buds can change. What tastes too bland today might be delicious in a month once your body resets. If you learned something new today, or found even one tip you're going to try, click that like button. It helps this video reach more people who might be struggling with the same issues. And if you want more clear, friendly, research-backed health videos like this, subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. That's it for today. Here's to steady energy, clearer thinking, and living life just a little sweeter in the right way. See you in the next video. Stay healthy, stay curious,